Good morning. It has been a long night for us. We had a baby calf born last night. This calf is very special to us because it is from the lineage of our very first milk cow. Her name was April, and she's the one that taught me how to milk, and she was an amazing cow. We sadly lost her after calving to her son, and her son is this calf's dad. So that's pretty exciting. I'm a little bummed. It's a bull, so the lineage is gonna probably stop here because we are not having another dairy bull on this farm, but that's okay. Baby's here and healthy, and it was quite the adventure. So I'm gonna take you through it. I'm going to share some of my Instagram stories that I did. I'm gonna share some videos that we have. I have never pulled a calf before in my life, and this was a whole new experience for me. So we ended up having to intervene, and thank God some kind of motherly intuition kicked in on me, and I decided to go down there. But let's start from the beginning. Yesterday afternoon, I shared on my Instagram stories that Mabel is the mom, was standing off in a corner, just kind of staring at a wall. Her udder is huge. And I thought that we were really close. She had also done that the previous day. And so me and Dylan actually had to run errands, and we were gone most of the afternoon, but we came back like after 4 hours and checked on her, nothing. Put the kids to bed, checked on her, nothing. I decided I was gonna do one last check. It was about like 9 o'clock, right before the sun went down, and I noticed she was dripping milk, like a lot. And so, previous calving with our milk cows, I have locked them in the barn, and I have not locked them in the barn. The one time I didn't lock them in the barn, the calf busts through 2 fence, went through 2 different pastures, and mom could not get to it in the middle of the night. And I found it at like 4 o'clock in the morning on our wedding anniversary. And so we spent our wedding anniversary carrying poopy, stinky calves. But so we got her in the barn last night, got new bedding down, got her all situated. It was probably like 10 o'clock. We're like, okay, we're gonna go to bed. But I set my alarm for every 2 hours. So I was gonna go check on her at midnight, 2, 4, and 6. We finally went to bed at like 11. And I snoozed my alarm, not even knowing that I was doing it, until like 12:30. And I was like, oh, do I just wait until 2? Like, is she actually gonna have a calf in the 2 hours since I've checked her? I was like, probably not. But then I went down and went to the bathroom because I am 20 weeks pregnant myself. And so I was down here already. And I'm like, I'm just gonna go check. And so I walked down to the barn, and I walk in, and I instantly saw a calf coming out. And so my first thought, I'm still very tired. My first thought is, oh my God, I need to record this for YouTube and Instagram. And so I got my phone out, and I was sitting there, and I probably recorded for like 20 seconds. And I was like, okay, this isn't right. Something is off. And now that I'm awake and like aware of things, I probably would have seen it instantly. So when calves come out, it's almost like they're diving. This calf had his hand, or his like hooves and his head out. So he was like this and stuck, had the sack still over him. And I was like, it took a while for me to process, but then I was like, oh no, like, is he is he dead? And so I didn't get this on video because I was like flustered. And so I broke the sack and looked at him. My first thought was, oh my God, he looks like a Guernsey. Is he alive? I noticed that he was alive. For those that haven't been following me on Instagram, we lost our Guernsey, one of our Guernsey milk cows last week after being down for 6 days. I swore off all Guernseys, so it totally makes sense that this one looks like a Guernsey. So after I established that the calf was alive and that it looked like a Guernsey, I was like, it went from like, okay, yes, we have to get this calf out, to like, oh my gosh, we have to get this calf out, because I didn't think that it was gonna be alive. And somehow in this time too, I had called Dylan, my husband, who was sleeping, and I'm pretty sure all I said was, run, calf is stuck. And so he quick threw on clothes and ran down to the barn. And watching the video back, it's a little bit funny. She's a milk cow, but she's not a well-handled milk cow. We have never successfully milked her. We actually bought her to be a nanny cow for the cow that, or for the calf that lost its mom. And so I was a little nervous that she was going to like kick me or do something, but I instantly like started trying to pull a calf out. Those little guys are slippery suckers. And so I couldn't get it. I tried to grab some like towels and wrap it around the foot and pull it out, but it just wasn't coming. And Dylan at this time had just gotten there. And so I was like, I need chains or a rope or something. So he quick ran into our feed room and grabbed a lead rope. And she turned so like her butt was in the corner. And again, she's not well handled, so I wasn't for sure that she wasn't gonna kick me. And she finally turned. She kept trying to lick the calf, but the calf was still in. And so I didn't know if I should grab 2 feet and wrap the 2 feet. I ended up just grabbing 1 foot, wrapping it with the lead rope and just pulling. And then when I started pulling, Dylan pulled, and we got its feet were like this. We got the bottom one out just enough that the top one like popped out, and it came right out, which was so exciting. And such a relief to have a live calf on the ground. And it was slow. It didn't like instantly perk up, you know, like most calves do, which is to be expected when you have a hard birth like that. But this was also our first time dealing with this too. So we didn't really know. We're a little gun shy from losing our cow last week. And so like, how long do we wait? So we just watched. I cleaned off her nose it's a boy. I cleaned off his nose and whatnot. Mom was doing great licking him off. But we were like, it was like 1 o'clock came, 2 o'clock came. We're like, he's not getting up. He's not nursing. He's not really doing anything. And I was like he needs energy to do this. And so I ran back inside and I mixed a colostrum bottle. This calf chugged it. Like we didn't even have to barely stick it in his mouth, and he downed it. And right after that, he started trying to stand up. And so we're like, okay, this is good. But every time that he would stand up, he couldn't quite get it, which is fine and normal. But it was like going on like that 2-hour mark. It was like 2:30 at this time. And every time that we tried to get him to stand up and help facilitate nursing, Mom would whip around, not because she didn't want him to nurse, but because she doesn't like us messing with her baby. She's a very, very good mom. And so finally at 3 o'clock, we're like, okay, we know he has a full tummy. We know that Mom is very attentive. So we kind of felt like there was nothing more that we could really do, that he was so tired. Like he just wanted to sleep. and he would perk up when mom would like lick him and stuff. And so we felt comfortable going to the house and laying down for just a little bit. I mean, we have 3 kids too. I'm pregnant. We had slept for an hour at this point, and so we're like, we're gonna go let them be, because we really try to do the least invasive route possible, which is probably why I have never pulled a calf and I've never done any of this stuff. And so we came back up here, and it was like 3 o'clock at this time. We laid on the couches because we were covered in like calf goo and we didn't want to go back to bed. And at 5 o'clock, so I bet you we slept broken maybe another hour. At 5 o'clock, we had kids come down and they were awake, and I, at that time, went back out to go check on him just to see how he was doing. At this point, he had been born for like 4.5 hours, I think it was. And so like, he definitely should be standing by now. I walked down there, he was standing, walking around. I haven't seen him nursed yet, but I'm sure that he is. He met our other milk cow now, and I think all is good. Hopefully it stays that way. It's always a little nerve-wracking introducing new calves to the world and dealing with new moms. So wish us luck, as we have decided to milk Mabel now after losing our other milk cow. That should be interesting. Last time I tried, she was very kicky. So let's hope that that doesn't happen again. But thank you for listening to my story. I'm going to try to post all the videos that I have now, and I hope you enjoy them.
So, I know I've said this probably a million times, but I think we are very close to baby for Mabel. I'm gonna show you what she is spending her day doing. So if you aren't familiar with farm animals, when they're close to baby, a lot of times they'll press their head against a wall, they'll stand in a corner, and she's been doing this. She did this last night too. But still no baby, her udder looks. So hopefully we're close. It's really hard to see right now, but like these are her pins right there. I would say, I mean, it's still there a little, but definitely going down, and you can tell, you can see the head of her tail kind of sticks up. It makes them look more bony. Her teats aren't really filled in, but they didn't last time either. So we'll see. I'm hopeful, because it has to happen at some point. I came down here to do one last check of Mabel, and I can see that she is just dripping milk. Like, her teats are strutted. I would not be surprised if she had a baby tonight. I'm so excited. Oh, poor girl. I'm out of breath. We got her up to the barn. She had a spot she did not want to move from. I had to double check, see if baby was there, but I got a full 5-gallon bucket of corn, and she followed me up. Then she started running. So now I had to start running, and she's up here, but I really want to show you her pins because it's very obvious right now. So you can see how her like hip bone right there makes a pretty big hump where it connects right there, where it dips and connects to her tail, those are her pins, and those are what relax and soften and dip when they're close to calving. So it's going to be a long night of checking cows for us. Come on, girl, we got push. Come on, come on, honey. Oh, you got it like that. Oh, I need something. Come on, Mabel, you gotta lay down, sweetie. You're doing good. You're doing good. Oh, God. Oh, you are a monster. Oh, good job, Mabel. Holy. God, Mama. Holy shit, it looks like you're crazy. Oh my God, I think I got that whole thing on video. Damn it. It's a bull.
Breathing.
Yeah.
I would have had it.
You wanna grab me some towels?
Oh, good job, Mabel. It is 1 a.m. I came down here at 12:30 and the calf was stuck. I somehow got the whole thing on video. I'm gonna try to show you, but we're gonna work on getting him to stand up first. It is a little before 6 o'clock. Oh, Sammy's meeting the calf for the first time. So I update you that all is well. It was a rough start. We were on about 3 hours of sleep, so I will share the story once we sleep.